of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
We begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
우미나 프리스는 묵스타카라. 성모부 조안들 김일성. Chorus, Song of General Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-un, First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, guided the shooting game of teachers of military academies. Watching the game were Cha Ryong-hae and other senior officials of the party and army, executive committee men of the party committee of the People's Army, and other leading officers of the army, and teachers and cadets of the military academies. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un gave an order to start the shooting game. Attentively watching the shooting game of teachers, he said that when the commanding officers shoot well, they can prepare the service persons as correct shots, and for the purpose, all the teachers of military educational institutions training them should have high marksmanship. Noting that if the service persons are not good at shooting, they cannot fully carry out their combat tasks, though they are well prepared politically, ideologically, and physically. He instructed that it is necessary to organize shooting games often so as to launch an intensive drive of shooting practice in the People's Army. The shooting game was summed up and prizes were awarded to the excellent organizations and teachers. What is fundamental in strengthening military power is a training. Respected the Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un set and put forward important tasks to make preparations for action and increase the combat power of the People's Army in every way. The shooting game was followed by demonstration performance of players of the Pyongyang Aviation Club. Respected Kim Jong-un, First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, looked around the Central Zoo under reconstruction. She was accompanied by senior officials of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, giving field guidance to to the Central Zoo in May 2012, respected Marshal Kim Jong-un proposed renovating the zoo associated with the immoral exploits of the great generalismos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, according to the appearance of a highly civilized socialist nation, and indicated orientation and ways for reconstruction. Kim Jong-un looked around different buildings now under construction or reconstruction. She instructed that the new buildings, including the penguin shed, should be constructed according to the ecological characteristics of the animals and strictly for the convenience of the visitors. She also said the aquarium and all other buildings under reconstruction should be built into pleasant resting sites where people can enjoy themselves in delight. Along with the reconstruction of the Central Zoo, she said, deep attention should be paid to the work for increasing the varieties of rare animals of great ornamental effect, thorough measures taken for feed and water supply, and strict anti-epizootic system established. Noting that the gate of the zoo should be built to represent its characteristics, she stressed the need to build a sturgeon pond and fundamentally change the surroundings through good afforestation. She said a comprehensive natural museum should be built as well in the Central Zoo to give a profound knowledge and common sense about animals and plants to the school youth and children and working people. Respected Kim Jong-un expressed the belief that the officials and working people of the Central Zoo and institutions concerned would wonderfully reconstruct in time set by the party the zoo, property of the country, left by the great generalismos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il as a valuable legacy and center for the cultural and emotional life of the people. The news that respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un visited the Kim Il-sung University of Politics and took part in the election of deputy to the Supreme People's Assembly, together with the service personnel of the Korean People's Army, was reported on the 9th and the 10th by the China News Service, the Chinese Xinhua News Agency, Hong Kong Phoenix Satellite Television, and websites Xinhua Network, People's Network, News Network, Broadcasting Network, Youth Network, Economic Network, and China Network, the Russian Itartas, and the US VOA. Foreign media reported on the 10th the news of the election of respected Kim Jong-un as a deputy to the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. The Chinese News Service, Xinhua News Agency, and Internet homepage News Network, the Russian Itartas, Interfax News Agency, Internet News Erudika, Radio Air Moscovy, Radio Mayak, and newspaper Komsomolskaya Pravda, the Singaporean television Asian News Channel, the Japanese Kyoto News, the Australian ABC, Algerian newspapers including Al-Habar and Internet homepages, the British BBC and the US AP and VOA reported that leader Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, was elected deputy to the Supreme People's Assembly according to the results of the voting confirmed and presented by the Election Committee of Constituency number 111 for the election of deputies to the 13th Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. The Korean leader Marshal Kim Jong-un received a congratulatory message from the Central Standing Committee of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan on the 10th. The message said, respected Marshal Kim Jong-un's election as deputy to the Supreme People's Assembly according to the unanimous will and desire of the entire electorate of Pakistan Constituency number 111 for the election of deputies to the 13th Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK is a great event of national significance which admirably realized the noble intention of the great generalismos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, and an exciting event that realized the ardent desire of the entire officials of the General Association and Japan resident Koreans, as well as that of the people in the homeland. The message, representing fervent loyalty of all the officials of the General Association and Japan resident Koreans, wholeheartedly issued good health to respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, the real leader of the cause of Juche and the benevolent father. Volume 2 of Part 1, Anti-Japanese Revolution of the Korean leader Kim Il-sung's Reminiscences with the Century, was published in Brazil. The issuing ceremony was recently held in Brasilia. Present there were personages of different stature and other people of Brazil, and the DPRK ambassador extraordinary plenipotentiary to Brazil and its embassy staff members were invited. Rosanita Campos, Vice President of the Party for Free Motherland of Brazil, addressing the ceremony, said the reminiscences with the century is a valuable heritage which recalls the immortal exploits of President Kim Il-sung, who devoted his whole life to the liberation of the country and the people's welfare. Vice President Campos stressed that the publication of the reminiscences is their great pride and honor. The 29th Scientific and Technological Festival of Kim Il-sung University opened on the 11th. Presented to the festival were more than 290 materials on the scientific and technological achievements made by teachers, researchers, and postgraduate students of the university. After the opening ceremony, the participants looked around the venue of the festival. An organic composite fertilizer factory has been rebuilt and started production in Hamhung city of Korea. Officials and working people in the city have finished various projects to increase the production capacity of the factory in a short span of time with their strength and technology. At the same time, they prepared raw materials for immediate production. The factory is now producing more organic composite fertilizers than before. DPRK wrestlers returned home on the 11th after participating in the 2014 Mongolian International Open Freestyle Wrestling Tournament held in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. At the tournament, DPRK wrestlers Sun Hyungnam and Han Kumo came first at the women's 48 kg and 55 kg freestyle respectively, winning gold medals. Lee Yong-mi finished second at the women's 69 kg freestyle. A spokesman for the delegation of the North to the North-South High-Level Contact gave a statement to media on Tuesday under the title, "They must not wag their tongue senselessly if they truly value improvements of the North-South relations." The statement said, during the inter-Korean high-level contacts on February the 14th, the South Korean authorities, pointing out that conference building is the intention of the President, accepted our just demand for a complete end to the slanders of the opposite side and solemnly pledged its implementation before the entire fellow countrymen. But today, it is a stark fact that when the South Korean authorities openly slander us in public, the media dance to their tune, and human dragons elated by military protection are jealous in leafleting against the DPRK. Their slanders of the fellow countrymen went so far as to groundlessly abuse even the election of deputies to the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. The inter-Korean high-level contact was made under the special order of the head of their side. So, the authorities must first set an example in implementing the agreement made here. The South Korean authorities must not wag their tongue as they please, and the South Korean conservative media too must not act as they like. The South Korean authorities must no longer do such silly acts of protecting the dirty human dragons militarily and egging them on to leaflet against the DPRK. We will sharply watch the attitude and movements of the South Korean authorities, the spokesman stressed. According to the South Korean Yonhap News, the U.S. imperialists mobilized U.S. naval ships for the North-targeted Fall Eagle joint military exercise. The Aegis-class guided missile destroyer Curtis Wilbur and the Aegis-class destroyer Lassen entered into the Pyeongtaek port in Gyeonggi province, the missile cruiser Lake Erie into the Mokpo port in South Jeolla province, and the Aegis-class destroyer Howard into the Donghae port in South Korean Gangwon province on the 8th. The U.S. naval ships loaded with striking means such as Tomahawk missile, SM-3 and SM-2 anti-aircraft missiles and anti-submarine rockets came to stage a general naval exercise including anti-submarine drill and naval engagement aimed at invasion of the DPRK. The South Korean internet newspaper Voice of People on the 10th editorially called for dissolution of the intelligence service of South Korea. The newspaper condemned the intelligence service as a group of criminals as it cooks up spying cases by distorting truth. It is as clear as a noonday that the forthcoming local elections will be fraudulent unless the intelligence service is disbanded, the newspaper stressed. According to the South Korean embassy, doctors under the Doctors Association of South Korea on Monday launched a collective boycott in protest against the authorities' healthcare policy. The association said many doctors affiliated to it, including doctors of 50 to 60 hospitals, would take part in the protest. On the other hand, the South Korean CBS on the 6th reported that the number of people who choose death pessimistic about hard living is on the steady increase in South Korea, and the number of the suicides in 2012 was more than 3 times that of 1992. And that's the end of the news read by Lee Hyung-sim. This is Voice of Korea. Please appreciate a female chorus song loud in my country.
강산에 울려 퍼지는 enjoy male instrumental music will be loyal down through generations.
a single-mindedly united large family. The Korean people fully show the entity of a single-mindedly united large family in the recent election of deputies to the 13th Supreme People's Assembly of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea as well. All people cast ballots for the candidates for deputies to the Supreme People's Assembly with one mind, and thus firmly consolidated the people's power. The people's power of Korea is the cradle of happy life of the popular masses. The Korean people unanimously support the people's government, and all of them live in a large family under the government. The large family of Korea has achieved a single-minded unity with respect to the Kim Jong-un as the father under the government built and consolidated by generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. In the blessed era, all people happily live, study, and work in their houses, schools, and workplaces. Service personnel on the farthest defense lines think the company with the eldest brother and sister is my dear home. One comradeship and collectivism are fully displayed everywhere people live under the slogan, one for all and all for one. Here is a story about the true features of the Korean people. Flood caused great damages in many regions of Korea 2 years ago. When downpour mercilessly hit several coal mine villages and rural communities, people in the afflicted areas, as if they had promised, saved the portraits of generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il at the risk of their lives. Some threw themselves into the raging water to save people and died. People across the country regarded the damages as their own, shared their property with the sufferers, and recovered them. When the official went down to the afflicted area, the workers said, "Please tell respected Marshal Kim Jong-un not to worry about us. We will build new houses. We want him who is always concerned for the people not to worry about us anymore." Those who had gone to console the people in the afflicted areas got great strength from them. The large family of the Korean people with beautiful manners and tenacity is so noble. The flood washed many things away, but the pillar of the large family got firmer. As all people go shoulder to shoulder, they do not feel tired, no matter how difficult their road may be. The Korean people's noble ethos of one for all and all for one gets more beautiful in the cradle of the consolidated people's power. The Korean people, who form a family with Marshal Kim Jong-un as the father, will vigorously advance toward a beautiful future.
Under the title, A Single-Mindedly United Large Family. This is Voice of Korea.
Here is the male chorus, The Looks of Korea. a chorus and orchestral music, single-hearted unity.
Violin Ensemble, Socialism is Ours.
And the music, beautifully nice to live in, from the revolutionary opera Song of Mount Kungang, created in 1962 or 1973 under the wise guidance of the great leader Kim Jong-il. Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 13,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 6,185 kHz and 9,850 kHz. For Middle East and Northern Africa, between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,645 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa, between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South America, between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 6,170 kHz and 9,435 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.